I, 28F, found out in a hospital waiting room that my roommate has been lying to me for 8 months about her son's medication. So I live with my best friend Hannah and her 6-year-old, Eli. We've been roommates since her divorce, splitting rent on a 2-bedroom because daycare in our area runs almost $2,000 a month. Hannah's an ER nurse, I'm a freelance designer, and the arrangement has worked. Eli calls me Auntie Sam. I love that kid. Here's the setup. About a year ago, Eli's pediatrician put him on a daily medication for a behavioral thing. I'm not going to name it because it's his business. Hannah told me the routine, asked me to give him the half pill with breakfast on the morning she worked overnights. I did it. For months. Every morning. Orange juice, half pill, cartoons. But here's the thing, and this is where it gets messy. 3 weeks ago, Eli had a bad reaction to something at school and ended up in the ER. I drove him in because Hannah was already at work. While we were sitting there, the attending asked me what meds he's on. I listed it. The doctor frowned, pulled up his chart, and said, quote, "He hasn't had an active prescription for that since September." I thought it was a system error. It wasn't. I got home that night and Hannah broke down. She'd taken him off it back in September because she didn't like the side effects. He was sleeping badly, eating less. She said he didn't feel like Eli anymore. She'd been giving me half pills of a children's vitamin to hand him. For 8 months. She said she knew I'd push back, that I'd told her once I thought the meds were helping, and she didn't want to fight in her own house. And here's where I should have walked away and cooled off. I didn't. I told her she'd made me complicit in lying to her son about what he was putting in his body, and that the pediatrician needed to know, today. She said it wasn't my call. I said it became my call the second she handed me a pill bottle. Then I found out the worst part. Her mom knew, her sister knew, Eli's dad knew, and had signed off. The school counselor knew. I was the only adult in Eli's life who'd been kept in the dark, because Hannah said I was the only one who wouldn't have agreed. I keep going back and forth on this. She's his mother. It's her decision, legally and morally, and the other adults who actually have standing all backed her. But she also used me, every single morning for 8 months, to perform a routine that wasn't real, in front of a kid who trusted both of us. I told her I needed space, and I've been at my sister's for a week. She texted yesterday asking if I'm moving out for good, or just cooling off. I genuinely don't know yet. Was I out of line for threatening to call the pediatrician, or was she out of line for using me as a prop in her parenting?